Well, hello, folks out there in YouTube land. Got a big show lined up for you. Let's get right on into it. All right, let's pull up the screen. MP Materials, a growth beast. They just had their fourth quarter earnings, and oh my goodness, they were so precious. They were amazing. So we're going to get into that. But first, we're going to talk about what's going on in the world. As you know, we've got the whole Ukraine crisis, and it doesn't appear to be going so good for the other side. They seem to be really struggling, and Ukraine's really fighting back. So we're going to see how this goes. But, you know, momentum seems to be swinging. So that's affected the market, but the market seems to be coming back and bouncing back big time. So, you know, we'll all keep an eye on this. Really a shame this had to happen, and, you know, it's very unfortunate for the Ukrainian people. It's just a shame. So let's get into MP Materials. All right, I've been going through this fourth quarter report, and really it's been quite outstanding. You look at their revenue, $99 million. Look what they did in 2020. They beat by 135%. They were up on their revenue. Net income of $48 million, which is a 103% increase over the previous year. Also, their net income was up 172%. And for the year ended, $331 million as opposed to $134 million. I mean, look at that growth, 147%. Adjusted earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization is up 414%. Adjusted net income up 693%. Good grief. I mean, that's as good a quarter as you're going to see from any company when it comes to growth. It's just pretty much, they're a growth beast. Let's just call it what it is. I mean, you know, we're not talking 10, 20%, which would be good. We're looking at adjusted net income of 693% increase in good grief. I mean, it's just an outstanding comp. And as far as their balance sheet, now this is back from September, they had about $1.2 billion in cash, which is outstanding for a company this size, $1.8 billion in assets. And they did have a little bit of debt here, long-term debt, but they're, what's that? 2.5 to 1 as far as assets to liabilities, and they're making money. They're profitable. So a very nice balance sheet for such a young company. Also, if you didn't see this, the Department of Defense awarded them a $35 million contract for rare earth separation capacity. And understand this company is very important to this country. It's not just the military. It's important to the world, and especially our country.
Global infrastructure is moving towards electrification on every front possible. And if electrified motion is key to a sustainable future, magnets are not just important. They are critical to our success and to our very survival. Rare earth elements are 17 chemical elements with special magnetic properties. They are not rare, but they are very difficult and expensive to separate.
Well, right now there's a single point of failure in the rare earth industry, and that's particularly crucial in the production of magnets, which are critical to so many modern technologies and military applications. The fact that 80 to 90% of that is produced in China right now means the US economy is dependent upon this single source of failure, which no matter where that is, that provides unacceptable risks. China is very good at operating in low-cost, competitive industries. They have all the infrastructure around that to support it. They also have a nationwide commitment to being leaders in this industry.
So yeah, it's very important that MP Materials is successful, and they are being very successful. So I don't see MP going anywhere other than continuing to build. All right, as we look at this chart, when this thing first came out, I believe it was a SPAC. I'm pretty sure it came out as a SPAC, and it started out like 10 bucks. And it sat here and meandered around, and I missed it because I just thought it was a mine. You know, it was just a mining investment. I wasn't that enthused. I didn't think about it being an EV play, which it very much is. So I didn't catch it until the mid-20s, which I'm still frustrated by. I could have got it down here, and it's just, I would have jumped all over it had I thought about it in that manner. But I got it up here at 25, and it's currently at 46. And I bought some more through here. And I also bought some back when it pulled back down here as a swing trade. I'm holding it in my regular account and my Roth. And that way I could swing it too. But we did have one plunge right here, and this was when that short report came out, and they and a company tried to hit it with basically a short report, and that affected it short term. It didn't have very much of an effect on it, and MP Materials came out and pretty much said it was not accurate. Actually, here's their official response.
You can't stop me no matter who you are.
Okay, that wasn't their official response, obviously, but I think that's pretty much what they had to say about it. They weren't too impressed with the short report. Like I said, you can take a look at it yourself if you want to and kind of make your own mind up. Understand this is not financial advice, and I'm not a legal expert.
Message.
So, you know, you look at the short yourself, but anyway, this stock is sitting here at the 46. It does have resistance, as you can see. Actually, let me get that resistance in there a little better. You can see it goes way back here, and it hit a couple of times, hit right there and hit right here, and it's sitting at the resistance of $50. And probably what I'll do is I'll sell my swing trade if it hits this resistance here, and go ahead and take some profit. I'm up about 50% so far on it. And if it gets up here, I'll end up being about 60, 70%. And that's really a nice swing trade. And then if it pulls back down, I'll buy it again. And my long position, I'm not going to touch, because this is a stock I plan on holding for a very long time, because I think over time it'll just continue to go up. But understand it's a little over its skis right now as far as its PE ratio. As you can see, it's got a market cap of $8.3 billion. It's got 177 million shares outstanding, and it's got a PE ratio of 65. Now realize, I'm sure that's a trailing PE ratio. A forward PE, it's probably much lower than that, probably in the 30s, but that's a pretty high PE ratio. But realize this is a growth beast. You know, when you've got a company growing at this level, that PE ratio doesn't shock me, but it's a little high. So like I said, so some of the success is already priced in, and understand that. I wouldn't expect this thing to skyrocket at all, because not in this environment, because right now, the only thing people are investing in are profitable companies, which this is, but they're looking for PE ratios lower than this. So like I say, it depends on how you look at it. As a forward PE, it's, you know, like I said, I don't think it's near this high, but look, people are looking at this PE ratio, so understand that. All right, folks, and that's MP Material stock, and I mean, just a great fourth quarter, just absolutely outstanding, very important company to this country and to the world, and I'm very happy to own it, and I'm going to own it for a very long time. And if you like this content, be sure to hit that like button. Lets me know to continue to cover MP stock, because I'm not going to get a lot of views on this, I know that, but it's a company I'm very happy to own, and I like covering it. And you know, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, give the channel a chance. I'd certainly appreciate it. And I hope you did like the content, and we'll see you next time on Mr. Frugal Investor.